market near record high levels, analysts were hoping for a strong January earnings season to help push stocks even higher. In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman is in to review the results. He's with Business Watch producer Kelly Leon in the studio. Mike and Kelly.
Thanks, Peg. Mike, thanks for being here this morning. We talked a couple of weeks ago about how important this earnings period would be. So how'd we do?
Sure. So again, just to recap, earnings season is that small window of time when companies let the public know how they performed that previous quarter. And of course, that's always an important time for the market, but maybe even more so this time around because, following the election, the stock market just raced way ahead. And so many observers were curious to see, well, would earnings also race way ahead and therefore maybe push stocks even higher? Or would things just kind of fizzle out? And so we are very near the end of earnings season now. We've had pretty much all the reports come in, and unfortunately it's more on the fizzle side of things. So not terrible, but not very inspiring either. Certainly not enough to push the market higher.
So anything in particular that stands out that we should be aware of?
Well, so when we say that earnings season as a whole was sort of ho-hum, of course within that collection of the market, there are companies that stand out both on the good side and the bad side. And so just this past week, for instance, we had two notable tech companies, Apple and Facebook, that reported very strong earnings, better than expectation, and that helped to push their stocks higher. But then there's always the flip side of the coin too. Just this past week, for instance, Under Armour disappointed with their results. They weren't up to projection, and so that hit the stock pretty hard on Wednesday. In fact, it lost about 25%. So those, of course, are at the extreme ends of earnings success or failure. But again, that just sort of demonstrates that for the season as a whole, there wasn't really a clear direction. It was just sort of a mixed bag. And again, that as a whole was more or less disappointing.
Okay, so not too much to go on here. Okay, but if I'm remembering right, there's a connection between the Super Bowl winner and the market. You've talked about this before. So it is Super Bowl Sunday, as Peg mentioned. Remind us what, and because that will really determine. I'm sure we can count on that.
Exactly. Let's put earnings aside, boring, stuffy. Let's talk about football.
Absolutely.
So you're right. Last year we talked about how there is this superstition out there that says that the winner of the game somehow is linked to how the market will do for the rest of the year. And so the rule of thumb is that an NFC winner will be good news for the market, whereas an AFC winner will be bad news for the market. So, of course, as market predictors go, this one is very tongue-in-cheek. Clearly, there is no logical rhyme or reason why there would be a connection between the two, except that, believe it or not, there is about a 75 to 80% accuracy rate for this predictor. So again, you can't pinpoint any sort of connection other than maybe just random dumb luck. And last year even it wasn't accurate. If you recall, we had the Broncos from the AFC win the Super Bowl, but yet the market was still able somehow to finish higher despite that. But again, with that accuracy rate as high as it is, if you're at all superstitious about stocks, you should probably be pulling for the Falcons tonight.
Falcons. Go Falcons.
That's right.
Okay.
And have some pizza.
And have some pizza with that game. Mike, thanks. As always, great to have you here.